All right, guys. So I tried out the AtomStack, and so I like it way better, honestly, than the FoxAlien CNC Router. I'm actually starting to pack this one up to send it back, get a refund for it. It was just better overall, in my opinion. It was way faster, gets way more detailed. Takes up less space because this one's a little bit smaller than that one, but it has the same range. It just feels better, it's sturdier. It's definitely more agile. Like there's way less tension moving the axis around compared to this thing. This thing you actually have to put some muscle in to move it. I mean, this isn't like a terrible machine, but mine had a couple issues when I got it, and I just don't feel like having something that I could potentially have issues with. But overall, and then honestly, because this machine, you have to pay for the offline controller, which is like $53 after tax. So with this machine, like the overall total is like $720, and this one is like $1,000, but it comes with the offline controller already with it, and this came with the rotary tool that turns for you to be able to do glasses and stuff like that, and those normally cost about $250 anyway. So honestly, they're roughly, if you take away that rotary tool that this comes with, you know, like that would have, they cost roughly around the same amount of money, give or take, you know, maybe 50 bucks. You know, for something that's around the same amount of money, this machine's way better. It gets a lot more detailed. I can do a lot smaller pieces. This, I mean, it could have just been me, but I was getting like, I had to do pretty decent sized pictures to be able to get small details. Like I couldn't do small pictures on this thing. It just wouldn't let me. It wouldn't give it no details unless it was something like super simple, like a stick figure or something. It wouldn't do something small. It had to be bigger pieces. So this, I can bust out projects quicker with more detail in it. Here are two projects that I did. This one was done with the FoxAlien CNC Router, and this was done with the AtomStack Laser. So a little bit different design. This one, the bottle looks better with it because of the different text that I put on it and the way that I kind of carved it out. So this, I mean, this really doesn't have anything to do with the router itself so much as it did the software that I was using for Easel. Easel actually has a pretty cool way to be able to outline objects that you upload from the internet and stuff. That I was able to do this. The laser burn that uses the AtomStack is a little bit more difficult to outline projects on it. So that's one thing that I'll give to the software that the router uses for Easel, is it's better for adding and subtracting pieces of images. This took 40 minutes to do on my CNC router. This took 1.5 minutes on the laser, so the time difference is ridiculous. I can bust out, I mean, it's literally 30 times faster than the router. Also with that, the prepping time, putting in bits, Zing it, all that stuff, for the router takes quite a bit of time, especially if you're doing a detailed and roughing pass. You have to switch out bits, re-zero it, re-Z it, everything. With this, you don't. I mean, you literally just take this piece, shove it underneath, and you just zeroed it. You know, like it's the prep time to get it running is much faster than it is for a router as well. Whenever I would do a piece, this whole area would be covered with sawdust. It's not with the laser. I mean, the bad part is the smell is very strong, but there's no mess, very minimal mess, you know. Like there's some stuff that comes off it, but it's pretty much just smoke because it incinerates it. With the router as well, when I would when the computer or something would go to sleep, or if it fell asleep or it turned off, whatever it was, the program would stop. Like if it was in the middle of doing something, it could have been an hour, 2-hour long project, and it was, you know, an hour and a half into the 2-hour project and my computer fell asleep or something, whole project stopped. You got to start over. With this, it keeps running. So I really like that. It has the offline controller that's magnetic in the front, so it's a lot easier for it to. The other one just
kind of dangled there. There was no real spot for it, so I kind of threw it in a drawer. This one is just, it's out of the way, it has this magnetic, it's real cool. There's an app for it, so you can run this from an app as well, or you can even connect your laptop to it from the internet, so you can run it from inside. You don't have to be connected. I'm just kind of in the habit of connecting it because of the router, but you don't actually have to. I still do it though. I have run it a couple times from inside without connecting it. It is a nice feature. I need to utilize that more. I'll definitely utilize it more in the winter. But the router, the only way to connect to it was physically connecting it. There's also this chip that goes into a flash drive. So that chip goes in the back of this flash drive, and you can upload it. You can plug this in to the flash drive, plug it in your computer, and download the G code onto the chip, and then run it from the offline controller too. So there's just multiple different ways to run it from here, other than plugging into the computer. And it was just much better than the FoxAlien router, where it's like very few options and a lot more mess. I had cables and everything hanging all over the place. This one just looks so much cleaner too. It's way better than the FoxAlien in my opinion.